Hello, my name's Andrew Brooks. Welcome to my YouTube channel on this, one of the most fantastic days ever, November the 2nd, 2023, and a brand new Beatles single. Yay! Hello, and thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. And as I said, today is one of the most fantastic days ever. We're getting a brand new Beatles single. Unfortunately, it's going to be the last ever new Beatles single. But there we are. It's Now and Then, released today at 2 p.m. And at the end of the video, I'll be giving you my thoughts on what I think of it and the all the stuff that's been going on around it. But this announcement came way back. I think it was like July or August this year, 2023, when Paul let slip on deliberately let slip on a BBC interview for Radio 4 that there was going to be a new Beatles single. Obviously wide speculation of what it was going to be, and I think most people, the consensus was it's going to be Now and Then. Now let's have a look back at these recordings, Now and Then and the others. So what we've got to remember is, obviously, John is no longer with us. He died in 1980. George is no longer with us. He died in 2001. So we're now down to just two Beatles. So how are we able to get a new Beatles single? Well, Yoko gave Paul two cassettes of some John demos. They were Real Love, Free as a Bird, Now and Then, and also Grow Old With Me. Now, as we know, technology back in the 90s wasn't that great when Paul got these cassettes. Well, I say not that great compared to today. They are, it was dreadful. So for the anthology series, they looked at maybe they could use some of these demos as a springboard singles. So they looked at Free as a Bird, Real Love, and Now and Then, and they I think they had discounted Grow Old With Me along with me fairly early on. So as I said, these singles, they were literally just these demos were literally just John plodding away at a piano, singing along, making up songs. And okay, I've heard these rough demos, and let's see if I can just drop you a little bit of what they sounded like. So here's the new Now and Then single, but the original demo of it.
It's all because of you. And if I make it through.
So Paul got these cassettes from Yoko, and then during anthology, the three Beatles, they worked on, the remaining Beatles worked on these demos, and well, fantastically, we got two new Beatles songs. Who ever thought in the 90s that we would get two new Beatles songs? Interesting fact, it was like 25 years after Let It Be that they finally released Free as a Bird, a brand new Beatles song. Who on earth would have thought that? So Free as a Bird, it came out amongst the anthology for Raw, which was it was great, and it was fantastic. And then a year later, well, not even that, probably 6 months later, when was it? March 96, we then got a second new Beatles track, Real Love. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I actually prefer Real Love to Free as a Bird. I think it's a stronger song. I think it's a better song. For me, Free as a Bird, when you listen to it, it's a bit like those, I don't know if you remember the charity singles that we used to get in the 80s and the 90s, where each of the pop stars would step up to the microphone, hands to their ears, and then sing their bit. And I felt that's what Free as a Bird was. You've got a little bit of John, you've got a little bit of Paul, and then you've got a little bit of George, and then you've got a little bit of John, a little bit. And I actually prefer Real Love because it's John singing all the way through, as he would when the Beatles were together, with Paul and George providing backing vocals. And for me, that's a proper Beatles song, rather than we're all going to take it in turns to sing a line. Not to say I don't like Free as a Bird. I love Free as a Bird. I love Real Love. So yeah, I'm happy to accept them all. Then we got remixes of them. Who would have thought of that? If you bought the One Plus DVD box set, you'd probably see it on the screen now. If you got one of these, you listen to Real Love and Free as a Bird. The mixes are totally different. Yeah, they've been remixed, and I think superiorly remixed. I think they're better than the original. So let's look at all these things. Free as a Bird was recorded 1977, along with Now and Then. That was also recorded about that time. Real Love was sort of in the 79 to 1980 period, and there was quite a few recordings of that which can be heard on the Lost Lennon tapes. Let's see if I can play you a little clip of it now. This is Real Love from John Lennon. So Real Love, as I said, they he recorded various demos of it between 79 and 80. And then for the soundtrack album for the Imagine John Lennon documentary, there was a sixth version, and this came out in 1988. This was a sixth version of Real Love. And so it was obviously a song that John was he liked, and he was working on it throughout that time. So let's go back in time to the 1990s. Jeff Lynne, who was the producer for these Beatles recordings, he had a big problem to overcome because Lennon was just recording on a crappy little cassette recorder, as well as this plodding piano music that he was playing to accompany himself. Apparently there was this like mains hum which Jeff was able to sort of mask for Real Love, but when it came to Now and Then, he just could not get rid of this mains hum. So effectively, Now and Then got shelved. It got put in a cupboard, forgotten about by most people. Apparently George didn't particularly like the sound of the demo, and I'm guessing that was because of the piano plodding and the mains hum. Who knows, he might have not have even liked the song, but he did work on it with the others in 95. So at least he did contribute something to it. There we are. But as I say, Jeff Lynne back then could not extract John's voice from all the other noise that was going on at the time. So where are we now? We're going forwards to 2020, 2021, when Peter Jackson started getting involved for the Get Back documentary series, and he developed this fantastic software which he calls Mal, and named after Mal Evans. Anyway, this software enables him to just sort of like take out from a single tape, he can take out individual tracks. So he can take out a guitar, he can remove a vocal, he can remove piano. He can do anything. He can take, even down to a drum set, he can take off individual drums. How fantastic is that? So if you just want Ringo's snare, there it is. So anyway, with this new technology, he made this fantastic documentary series, which I'm sure we've all seen, Get Back. He was then able to use this technology on the Now and Then tape. Paul sent it to him, and he extracted Lennon's vocal from the tape. Let's have a listen to Lennon's vocal.
I know it's true. It's all because of you.
So, along with a new bass, slide guitar in a George style, apparently, and a piano supplied by Paul. We've got drums, obviously, from Ringo, and they've also kept in George's guitar work that he recorded from '95. So you've got some of George's rhythm guitar going on there, and who knows what else. So we got all that. Then they were able to do they did orchestral overdubs. So add a little bit of strings to it, as Paul always hated with with his Let It Be stuff, but seems quite happy to have strings on everything these days. Then they also took out some vocals from Here, There and Everywhere, the Beatles recordings, Eleanor Rigby, and Because and then obviously with John's extracted vocal, they put them all together, and they have now made a brand new Beatles single, Beatles record. Fantastic. Now, I was able to see last night a 12-minute documentary, and I'm sure you've all seen it. It's on YouTube, it's on the Beatles channel, the making of Now and Then. And I have to say, it brought a tear to my eye to see the three of them in the studio working on it. Brand new footage, never seen this footage before. Absolutely amazing. And then you obviously got little snippets of the original vocal and the finished vocal, and also little snippets of the single. Almost 12 hours before we're due to hear it, maybe a little bit longer. And here we are, 2 p.m. on Thursday, the 2nd of November 2023, and I am about to listen to a brand new Beatles single for the first time. And I will tell you now what I think. Okay, I'll see you in a few minutes. Wow, I'm blown away. It was a very emotional listen to. I had to hear it 2 or 3 times just to absorb what I was hearing. Lennon's vocal was just, they've just done such a good job. They've cleaned it up, and it was like he was there with them. You can still hear George's guitar work. You can hear Paul's tribute to George with his new slide guitar, and Ringo's drumming solid as ever. Plus there's backing vocals by them as well. Okay, it's not a Beatles rocker. It was never going to be. We've heard the demos, and it's just, I'm quite speechless. I'm quite lost for words. But it is a Beatles song, and I think it's quite a fitting end to their legacy. The last ever Beatles song. Incredible, absolutely incredible. And they've made that for us because, to paraphrase my good friend Peter Fitzpatrick, who we was just having a little messenger chat with, we were fans before it was even, when it was uncool, when it wasn't cool to be a Beatles fan, we were Beatles fans. And now to hear what they're giving back to us now in 2023 is absolutely phenomenal. All I can say is I immensely enjoyed the track. It lived up to all my expectations. You can hear all the, everything that we was promised. We can hear the Lennon vocal nice and clear. We can hear the other three joining in. It's got a fantastic string arrangement, and it is a fantastic Beatles song at the end of the day. I hope you've enjoyed my video. I don't normally do review videos, but this was too big a deal to miss, so forgive me for my indulgence. If you've got any comments, let me know what you think to this new Beatles song. I'll read every single comment, and I'll respond to the ones that I feel need a response. But for me, I've enjoyed this new song immensely. I've just got a little thing to say about the B-side. I'm not too happy with Love Me Do, even though it's the remastered 2022 version. I think what they could have done would have been put a 3-track EP out. Now and Then on the A side, Real Love, Free as a Bird, the new mixes that I talked about, on the Beatles One Plus CD DVD collection. They're all on there, superbly remixed, and I think an EP with Now and Then, Free as a Bird, Real Love, that would have been a great single. Unfortunately, I think they've missed the boat with putting Love Me Do on the B side. I can see why, the first single, the last single, but I don't think it really needed it. Let me talk about the sleeve. We've all seen the sleeve artwork now, and I have to say that is the most disappointing thing about the whole thing. Just that, blue sort of cover with Now and Then at an angle. There's not even a Beatles picture on there. That is my only complaint about this whole new release. Is I just think there could have been a so much better artwork design. A new Klaus drawing or something like that would have been phenomenal. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the only thing that lets it down. But other than that, I'm raving about this single, and I hope you enjoy it too. Follow the links; they'll take you to all what I've referred to in the video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.